If you live in South Carolina, you have less than an hour to get to the polls for the primary election. Congressional, state, and county elections are on the ballot.
In Aiken County, 3 Republicans hope to fill the Sheriff Michael Hunt's seat this year.
Marty Sawyer, Ed Wilson, and Stuart Prettle are on the ballot to face Democrat Lucas Grant in November. Our Hallie Turner is live in Aiken. What did the candidates have to say, Hallie?
Yeah, Zaina, we're 1 hour away from polls closing, and for the sheriff's race, this is a pretty big deal. And because this, for the first time in more than 2 decades, there will soon be a new sheriff in town, one with new ideas and plans to make it a safer place. Stuart Prettle says it starts with community policing, one that encourages a healthy connection of level and trust between the community and police officers. Marty Sawyer says in order to combat the drugs, homicide rate, and missing people, it starts internally with better retention. And Ed Wilson says day one, he wants to start with evaluating the drug hotspots around the county and help with the quicker EMS response time.
We've got to have community policing. We've got to. We live in a world-famous horse community. There is no horse patrol. When you have a gathering, nobody shows up on horseback from the sheriff's office. That's got to change. That is a perfect community outreach type of thing. You've got to get the officers with the young people, with everybody, to know that the officers are their friends.
Big thing is retention. We need to retain some good employees, and I don't, especially murders and missing people, that's not something you just don't work. That has to be a primary focus of our investigation division, and we can't do it by ourselves.
I want to evaluate the hot spots for the drugs distribution in the county and see what we can do about eliminating that. I want to evaluate our dispatch here to see what needs to be done to decrease the response time of the officers.
Now you've got a little less than an hour to get here to the polls, and again, this race determines who faces Democratic candidate Lucas Grant in the November election.
Okay, a lot of things to consider there from all 3 of those candidates. Thank you for that, Hallie.
And one of those even being officers on horseback as well. Should be interesting.